Welcome to the Boxing Supplement. I'm here in Loughton, Essex at the SW Pro Gym. With me... Oh, bugger! Welcome to the Boxing Supplement. I'm here at the Pro SW Gym in Loughton, Essex. With me is Michael Amoo-Bediako, Senior. Yep. So yeah, we've seen Richard Commey spar earlier with Louis Adolphi. Some great sparring there with a welterweight. What did you think of the sparring, firstly?
Well, it's Richard's first spar, obviously, the back. He had to have his scan on Tuesday, sorry. So it's his first spar back. And yeah, I mean, it's great sparring with Louis. Louis are very fast. Do you know what I mean? I know he's having his first fight on July the 16th, first professional fight. Yeah. Very quick, and obviously he's a lot heavier than Richard, so it's great for someone to come forward like that and put pressure on Richard, because that's what Gary Buckland's going to be doing. Yeah. In regards to his Commonwealth title, right? So I mean, yeah, we're getting there. We've worked on stuff, so yeah.
Is there any others coming in for sparring?
Hopefully Mitchell Smith. He's in Spain for a week at the minute, doing some training out there. So when he comes back, we'll be lining him up, because obviously Mitchell's training from out at the gym as well. So yeah. Mitchell Smith, a couple of others. Hopefully we're doing a pipeline. So we'll let you know as and when if we do get them.
Yeah, yeah. I mean that's. What size ring is that? It's a lovely size ring.
18-foot ring. Yeah. So it's big
proper ring.
Yeah.
You know. So that looked like a great sparring for Richard today, and I thought he did brilliantly, cutting the ring off really well, and he could take a shot and he was landing some heavy body shots back. And
yeah. Well, bearing in mind, is, you know, as I say, Lewis is heavier than him. He did manage to push Louis back a bit. You know, like I say, Richard's brave. You know, I mean, he's not one of these. Unlike the guy's heavier than him, but he's not going to go on the back foot and try and, you know, he's going to stand there and trade and work on his defence, work on his blocking, his slipping, his moving, his rolling. Do you know what I mean? It might take a couple, but he'll give a couple out, you know what I mean? So
it's shocked to me that he's only been pro 3 years in the game 4. He looks like he's, you know, as you said, he's 27 years old. It looks like he's been doing it since he was 7. It seems very natural to him. He looks like a fit bloke. He's always in shape.
He was originally a kickboxer. You know? I mean, he'd always been fit. He played football when he was younger. Then he went on to kickboxing, and yeah, I mean, when I first saw him in 2010, he was in an amateur show. When I saw him in the gym, we went to Ghana on a family holiday, and he just stood out from everybody else with his technical ability, the way he sparred and stuff. And he was in an amateur show with my son at the time, over in Ghana, and as soon as I saw him fight, I said, there's no holding him back. You know? He's got everything there apart from experience. Yeah, and that can only come with time and the fights he's getting now. Well, that can only come with investment, time, and you know what I mean, putting him in the right places at the right time for him to get the right fights. You know what I mean? And which has led us up to where we are today with this Commonwealth title fight with Gary Buckland. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people know of him already. You know, there's not exposure with a TV deal in place as such, but he's making waves in the lightweight division, obviously with the Commonwealth title and the knockout record. You know, it's pretty scary stuff. The knockout record isn't, to be fair, it's not how Richard or the team approaches fights. We approach fights to win them, whether it's in the first round or the 12th round. But the sheer ferocity and the relentlessness of Richard's onslaught, you know what I mean? People give up, the fighters give up, yeah. They don't want no more. It's a few of them have taken a bit pasty back in your end and going, you know what I mean? And, you know what I mean? I wouldn't go out and say it's like your Mike Tyson knockout-esque type of fight. Yeah. It was a very calculated, you know what I mean? Whereas
Chris Hughes, wasn't it, who had the supposedly the hand injury?
Exactly. Yeah. Well, we had someone who was sitting right next to them, and there was no hand injury. They just didn't want no more of that. Do you know what I mean? It's
something up here, just no more.
Yeah. They didn't want no more of that. Fair play to the guy. You know, he came down, he took the fight off, though being a bit lighter. It was a great fight for us because it enabled us to get into the Commonwealth rankings. Yeah. You know, I mean, quicker than we anticipated, and yeah, I mean, it was great for them to take the fight, and we really appreciate that. I mean, like I say, we've had a lot of trouble with people accepting fights from us, from for one reason or another. So at that time it was very difficult to take that one.
Yeah, we won't talk about Derry Matthews today. We'll talk about Buckland, who has accepted the fight. That as well is probably giving Richard a bit more exposure, because the CV that Buckland does bring to the ring, he has fought who's who of super feathers and lightweight, really, hasn't he? He's been a prize fighter, and
he's got a fantastic CV. You know, he's been a prize fighter. He's fought world champions, fought former world champions. He's won the Commonwealth, British, I think he's fought for. So his CV comes. I mean, you can't deny that. You know that it's a quality CV, and that's what we're looking for with Richard, because you know you can talk about what you like about the knockout ratio and you know, I mean, the fights and whatever, but at the end of the day, it comes at a time when the boxer really is, you know what I mean, he's got to stand up and be candid. You've got to put him in with quality opponents, and we've been trying to do that for the past year. Hence the Derry Matthews situation, hence getting him fighting Paul Truscott, who I think is a good fighter, for the Commonwealth final eliminator. You know, and now at the stage where obviously Buckland is a great opportunity for us to showcase, you know, Richard's talent.
There's a fight out there. Yeah, I'm sure he's lightweight. Yeah, he's lightweight as well. That could be billed as the two most avoided fighters in the country, with Terry Flanagan from Manchester. You know, no one wants to get in the ring with him. You know,
I mean, we would fight Terry Flanagan. You know, we haven't got no qualms and no problems about fighting Terry Flanagan. But our main priority at the minute is obviously winning that Commonwealth belt. That's what we spent the last year, 18 months to a year, trying to achieve. It's a very prestigious belt, especially for Ghanaian boxing. Especially for a Ghanaian boxer to come here and to win it on UK soil, to take it to Ghana, it would be a fantastic achievement. So our main priorities are that. Once we win that, then after that we're looking at the RBF Intercontinental. I mean, we would fight Terry Flanagan at the top of our hand. Like I say, the reason why Richard's here is because now he's at that stage where he needs to test himself against the best the UK has to offer. Yeah. And we've got no qualms with it getting in the ring with any one of them.
It's stacked as well, isn't it?
It's a stacked division. It's a very stacked division. It's what we need is, you know, I mean, obviously you've got on Frank Warren's side, they're holding now the British title. He's got a few lightweights with like Flanagan and Derry Matthews and whatnot. Then you've got on the other side, you've got Eddie Hearn, you've got Tommy Coyle, Kevin Mitchell, Murray's fought on their show, and obviously Ricky Burns, you know, to name amongst a few. Luke Campbell's coming through. You know, he's got those on his side, and he's looking at other titles and other belts. But you know, once Richard wins the Commonwealth title, then obviously he's in the mix. You know, I mean, everybody has to stand up and take notice, because obviously it is the Commonwealth title, it is the British Empire title, and you know, you can't then obviously discard the belt just because a Ghanaian has got it. You know, you have to, because if Richard didn't have it, they'd be queuing up to come and take the belt. If Richard didn't have it, you know? Or if Richard wasn't in pole position to have it, they'd be queuing up to come and take the belt. So it remains to be seen. Once Richard wins the title, touch wood, you know, once he wins the title, then we'll decide on where we go from there. We'll see what else is coming up.
Yeah, it's like, as we said, it's a stacked division. It's so deep in talent in the UK. I mean, you look a bit further. You've got, well, Rona still holds technically the green belt, the WBC, doesn't he?
Still holds the WBC belt.
You've got Abril, Vasquez, and Crawford as well, who's fighting Gamboa soon. It's such a great division, and if all the good fighters can fight each other, you could have like with the Super Six, you could do that with lightweights.
It needs the next year to 18 months for it to bed down, see who's who, because obviously like it is a stacked division in this country. Richard, there's no opponents in Ghana for Richard to fight. No one can fight in Ghana anyway. It's a stacked division in this country. It's a stacked division in the US. Yeah, with the different versions of world champions who haven't fought. Vasquez hasn't fought for a while. Now Crawford's just won his title from Ricky Burns. So, you know, and obviously we don't know what the situation is with Adrian Broner. If Adrian Broner is going to vacate or the WBC going to take it off,
wouldn't he? I think.
I mean, I think he's going to. I think you go to 140, but you never know if the right offer comes in for him to cut 135, he might try and make it. I don't know, but I personally believe he's going to go to 140. There's going to be a belt up for grabs there. So you're looking at, it needs to be bedded down to see who's going to kick on there out of the champions that are there, and who's going to come up from behind and stake a claim to be, you know what I mean, the next big star out of the lightweight divisions. And I think in this country, there is an opportunity for one of them to
really step up.
To really step up, you know?
Definitely. I think just fantasising over boxing with like possible tournaments and stuff. We could have say a tournament in the UK, all fight each other, and then there's a tournament also going on in America. This sort of thing won't happen, but it's something that if only that could happen, and then you know they collide, the best in America,
well,
the
like
best
I say,
or something like that.
The difference with the competition over America is better in the sense that they will fight one another. There's a bigger pool to choose from. Over here, it seems like they're all being kept away from one another for some reason or another. You know, I mean, you're not going to see the matchroom fighters fighting the warren fighters, which is a great shame, especially with the interstate division. It's a great shame for the British public. What irritates me is that, you know, if you're going to shout from the rooftops and claim that your fighter is world class, or you know what I mean, then you've got to put him with equal quality opponents in and around that class. Don't say you're world class and you're going down this route, so you're not going to fight him, you're not going to fight that, because at the end of the day, world class means fighting world class opponents. If you're not fighting world class opponents, just because you're looking for ranking points, fair enough, okay, but you know what I mean, say your fighter's got the potential to be world class, but when you're in there regularly fighting world class opponents, then you can say your fighter's world class. Until you do that, then I mean, for me, being in the game and being in boxing, it's very difficult for me to swallow the fact that you're going to shout from the rooftops that you're world class, and really, you know what I mean, for instance, Richard's situation, I don't say Richard's world class, I say he's got the potential to be. You know, that's why we're here, that's why we'll fight any lightweight, because again, I don't believe the lightweights in this country are at the pinnacle of boxing, of the lightweight division. They're getting there, but until they've had that consistency of fighting at that top level, they can't be classed world class. They can't. It's not how it works. You know what I mean? It's not how it works.
Well, some on forums and stuff, a lot of people were saying that Ricky Burns was the Felix Sturm of the lightweights, like the weakest belt holder in his division. You know, and he held on and he scraped. You know, certainly when he went over to matchroom, he scraped through a lot of fights. Yeah. So he did lose to him. He obviously got Crawler. Again, he struggled at British level, but then he's also showed some class. Styles make fights, and then you've got Mitchell as well.
Styles make fights, but when you really look into him, I mean, all right. Frank Warren done a great job with Ricky Burns, keeping him out for a world champion for as long as he did. You know what I mean? That's what Frank Warren does, and he did do a good job. You know, when he went over to matchroom, obviously they started matching him with quality, world-class opponents. Beltran, Crawford, quality world-class, Gonzalez, was it? Quality world-class opponents. Then you tend to see the level, you know? And let's not beat about the bush here. Those last three opponents were quality world-class opponents for Ricky Burns. Definitely. Then you see the level. Now, if you're not fighting that quality consistently, then you may fall short. But if you get the opportunity to fight them consistently, then you'll see where your level is. You know, and I mean, with Ricky, unfortunately, because of he fought, I think when he fought Kevin Mitchell, they'd been sparring a lot. They'd know each other inside out. I mean, there was nothing for them to find out in the ring when they got in there. You know. So you know all the answers before you get in the ring. When you're fighting quality opponents from abroad, and there are questions that you're going to be asked on the day in the ring that you don't know the answers to.
Beltran's in the ring with sparring Pacquiao a lot, isn't he? And
you know, quality around world-class opponents all the time, and some of that's going to rub off on you. You know,
you shouldn't have a belt around your waist unless you are, you know, fighting the best of the best. And you know, he got very lucky in the Beltran. Beltran won that fight. And I think, as you said, the Gonzalez fight, he
was well ahead Gonzalez. He was put on the stall, which was
bizarre, wasn't
bizarre, to say the least.
And Terence Crawford.
And then Terence Crawford. I don't think Terence Crawford hurt Ricky. I don't think I think he's just done a number on him. He just outwitted him. I don't think he hurt Ricky. Ricky was there at the end and didn't look like he'd been beaten up. You know what I mean? He just, the craftiness of when you get to that elite level, there's a skill set. You know what I mean? That's, you know, when people are going to pick your pocket, they're going to nick fights off you. You know what I mean? And you can't come with the straightforward tactics that you've had at domestic level. Yeah. Like I say before, there's questions that are going to be asked of you on the day in the ring that you've never been asked before. You know, and you're going to have to adapt, and that's what world champions do. They adapt. You know, in the situation, in the heat of the moment.
I think Ricky is an all-round fighter. He's a great fighter, but there's nothing there that is obvious world class. I mean, for me, Ricky, he can dig deep, and as you said, he'll be there at the end. You know, that is one of his best attributes. With Terence Crawford, it was like a Mayweather-esque. He can win every round if he wants to, and he pretty much did in that fight.
Yeah, I mean, he pretty much did. I mean, watching the fight, Ricky got tremendous heart. He's got world-class heart, world-class, fitness and so on. But, you know, I don't think Crawford done too lock up.
No.
He didn't hurt Ricky, he didn't give Ricky a beating. And on another day and at another time with maybe different preparation, Ricky might have been better on the night, you know. Yeah. And this is where I go back to saying, being around world class and fighting at world level constantly, you pick up things, you learn things, you know. And then when it comes to you at that time, you're not fishing about for answers, you know. And I think on the night, Ricky was fishing about for answers. He wasn't. He kind of didn't know. Not that he didn't know what to do, but he got bamboozled by someone who was a bit crafty. You know what I mean? A bit. Like I say, he wasn't getting hurt with shots. He wasn't being opened up. Crawford was just nicking it here and there. And I think on another day, on another fight, I think Ricky would do a lot better.
Yeah. Where Beltran was roughed him up hard, obviously the jaw.
I think Beltran beat him up more so than Crawford.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, if you really look at it, do you know what I mean? If I was to put the two fights on again, I would say Beltran did the draw. Maybe you could have given to Crawford, and Beltran could have given him the win.
Well, I gave Ricky a good share of the rounds in the Beltran fight, only for like heart and like mate, you should not be taking that shot. I'm going to give you that round. You know, you're coming back now. You know, you don't win rounds like that. The judges won't score like that. But I was giving him rounds just for bravery. He won probably 6 rounds for bravery in that fight. I mean, he didn't break his jaw in the second, like claimed or whatever. It seemed like it was late on. There was, it definitely went late, but he was hurt he was hurting him throughout the whole fight.
I think he was hurting him more so than what Crawford hurt him. So
that was more like a frustration sort of thing.
Exactly.
And then you got like Richard Abril, who another really awkward fighter. Rios had a nightmare with him, got a robbery on him.
Again, Richard Abril, I mean, he's awkward. He's awkward. But at that level, they are awkward. You know, if you've never been in with someone like that before, you know what I mean? You're going to have to work things out, you know? They are awkward at that level. So, you know what I mean? It's an interesting division. I mean, by luck we've fallen into someone like Richard, and he's in that division, and the division is pumping in the UK, and obviously the Commonwealth belt, by winning the Commonwealth belt, puts us right in there.
And you said IBF
into continental.
So that is Vasquez holds the IBF.
Vasquez holds the IBF. Do you know what I mean? So I mean, we was mandatory to fight Kevin Mitchell before he vacated the belt.
Yeah.
He vacated the belt. It was mandatory. We got a letter from the IBF stating for us to open negotiations with Matchroom in regarding fighting Kevin Mitchell. And he subsequently vacated the belt, hoping that he would get a fight with Vasquez, who's the IBF champion. But that didn't materialise. So the IBF ordered the eliminator or final eliminator with Gishle Maduma, who Richard was supposed to fight a couple of years ago. Yeah, we had a chance to go and fight him in Canada a couple of years ago, but
awkward fighter.
He was an awkward fighter, but he was Richard got a little injury, so he couldn't go. You know? And Kevin Mitchell done. There's one thing you can't teach in this game is heart. You know what I mean? And Kevin Mitchell showed tremendous heart. Do you know what I mean? By sticking in there for all those rounds.
Didn't win a great deal of rounds, though.
Didn't win the first, but his heart, he broke Ghislaine's heart by taking all that punishment and still being standing there. He broke Ghislaine Ndima's heart to the point where the boy couldn't do no more. You know what I mean? And it's a fantastic attribute to have. You know what I mean? To have that will, that determination to stay in there, even through taking punishment. You know what I mean? It's a quality and a commodity that's very rare.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That was the most impressive thing that came from Kevin Mitchell that night. I mean, West Ham fan as well, so I wanted my boy to win that. But
I think he'll have to box better to win a world title. But one thing you can say that he's Tony Sims, I know very well, has been a fantastic trainer. He doesn't suffer fools. He won't. You know what I mean? He won't. You know what I mean? Take. You know what I mean? Things like that. He'll make sure that the boys are working hard, and you can see by Kevin Mitchell staying in there even up until the late rounds. That only can tell you how hard work he's been doing in the gym and what his trainer's been putting him through. So credit to Tony Sims as well, you know, on that score, getting the boy not just physically but mentally toughened up for a fight that they didn't really pick. Was kind of forced on him. They didn't really pick, and he came with all the credentials. Ghislaine Ndima, number 3 or number 4 in the WBC.
Was he undefeated?
Undefeated, 16-0, undefeated. You know what I mean? His resume wasn't the greatest, but he was still number 3 ranked in the WBC. I think number 4 in the IBF. So it was a tall ask for Kevin Mitchell. Do you know what I mean? And the team done extremely well. Definitely credit to them.
Yeah, power, speed, and style that. You know, it's very hard to.
I mean, his heart got him through because at the end of the day, he was taking some heavy shots. Every night in the fight.
Yeah.
So I mean, he came through like a proper champion.
So it looks like we're in a position now where you've got all the Brits all trying to push in position to try and get to that top spot to fight for belts. I mean, Ricky Burns having the world title come back down. He's now fighting.
Well, he's going to WBC. He's going to WBC. He's got a WBC eliminator. Now, then you've got obviously Andy Crow's got a WBO Intercontinental.
So that'd be Crawford, wouldn't it?
WBO Intercontinental. So that'd be Crawford, but I bet he's got 2 or 3 fights for the rest of Crawford. Then you've got Tommy Cole, who's in the IBF rankings, but obviously he says Richard, so you know what I mean. You're going to have to bypass Richard to get anywhere further than Richard, and I don't think it's a fight they want to be quite honest about, because I can't see Tommy Cole beating Richard, to be quite honest. If I'm honest with you, no disrespect to the boy, but I can't see him beating Richard.
That's a fight I really want to see. It's hard to say if he's got a vulnerable chin. You know, Derry Matthews is a banger, he can catch you. But that when he was boxing Derry Matthews' arse off and then got caught in Hull, in front of his own fans, and it was the last round, the 11th, stuff like that, and it was like wow, and Richard Bangs that's a fight that let's have that, please,
I don't think Match will want that fight.
No.
Do you know what I mean? We would take the fight in a heartbeat. You know what I mean? To be quite honest, I don't think Match will want that fight for that boy. So I can't see that happening. Do you know what I mean? Unless we get the world rankings and they get the world rankings in the IBF orbit. Do you know what I mean? And so that's where we're going. That's what we're looking to do, is get our boy Richard up in the IBF world rankings, and then from then on in, you can't duck. It's ordered by your affiliation or get out. You know what I mean? Essentially, anybody or get out. You know what I mean? So hopefully with the Commonwealth, you win the Commonwealth, Richard goes up in the rankings in the WBC. Which will put him very high in the rankings in the WBC. He's ranked number 36, 39 or something, but he's into Commonwealth. He'd go right up, jump 20 places. So, I mean,
that belt's going to be for the taking, because as you said, Broder don't want it anymore.
We don't know how the WBC are going to be towards Ghislaine Ndima, because he went for the IBF Intercontinental. They've got a habit of kicking him out of the rankings when you go for another sanction.
Tough game.
So we don't know how they're going to look at Ghislaine Ndima. So listen, we've been a Commonwealth belt. We're going to go for the IBF and the Continental after, and then we're going to sit back. In fact, we're not going to sit back, we're going to keep fighting, because then we'll probably take a voluntary for the Commonwealth and into Continental and see where we are. I think our plan is over the next 18 months is to get Richard in a position to fight for a world title, which I think is very capable of doing.
Exciting times, definitely. I'd just like to say thank you very much for having me today. It's been great. Pro SW Gym, lovely place, and Richard, lovely bloke as well with Gary Buckland. I wish them both the best.
It'll be a cracking
best man
fight.
win.
I think it'll be a cracking fight.
Both got a lovely team round them. yeah, we really look forward to that.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Take care.
Cheers for your time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.